that their only job is not simply to teach, as important as that is. They have got to become advocates for their clients and their kids, and we cannot have teachers' unions be a monopoly voice for teacher voice. Teachers have got to be the voice in this game. In New York now, we got a group called Educators for Excellence, and I really salute them. God bless you guys, because it's not easy. You're out there, and you guys are really kicking butt, and keep doing that, because let me tell you, if we don't champion those kids, just think about it this way. If I assign your kids in this room, and you're the most privileged people in this country, if I assign your kids randomly to schools in LA, New York, or DC, you become a revolutionary. You wouldn't tolerate it for your kid. Well, just think of those kids in your classroom, in your school, in your community as your kids. And insist, and don't be afraid to speak out. If it makes you a little unpopular with your colleagues, tough. People used to call me all the time and say, Michelle Reed, she's too aggressive. Tone her down. You know, I'm supposed to be like her big daddy. Tone her down. So first of all, I called the boss and I said, look, if they're calling me, they're calling you. And the day she tones down, I'm going to tell you to get a new chancellor in D.C. Tone it up. Let's stop pretending. Let's stop feeling comfortable as adults. Those of you who know what's right have got to speak up for these kids. And you've got to take on more responsibilities. Go beyond being principals. Go on to be school leaders, run organizations, innovate, change, get involved in a political discussion. But most of all, don't let the big interests dominate this discussion. And don't buy into this notion that if all the adults collaborate, it'll be just fine for the kids. The adults have been collaborating for a long time, and the kids are getting screwed, and let's be honest about it.
I completely agree with my colleague. I also want to point out a very similar situation in Los Angeles. So inside of our union, we're watching New TLA, which is a group of teachers who are beginning to say the union actually needs to work for me in order to do my job for youth. The risk of stepping out is going to be, as you said, you're going to put yourself way out there. It's very uncomfortable. I just want to say, so what? We happen to be people of privilege. Our youth are not. This is not about being comfortable. This is about an absolute violation of their right. And we are not going to be part of violating kids' rights. It's very simple for me. It's not just being able to have one or two stand up. It is really the power of the collective. And we can look at what's happened in the last 3 weeks in Tunisia, and we can look at it in Egypt. It was the power of the collective of young boys that rapidly transformed an entire country. How could we not rapidly transform just a school system? I think that could be happening. I actually think a major key to that sits in this room.
John, a follow-up for you, and then we're going to go into much that I'd love to hear from many panelists on this. There is a significant difference of perspective, I would say, even among people who are united around the conviction about our kids' potential and kind of the accountability that we've not demanded of ourselves and our systems for results, about the place of teacher unions. And what is kind of the place of teacher